Hello runners, it is a beautiful summer day here in Jersey and I am at DNR Canal. It's the site of many achievements by our RHWB runners, and my name is Naina Gadkari. I'm one of the runners with Bala and I'm here with the man himself. Let me introduce you.
Hey guys.
To Bala.
Hey Naina, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Bala?
Oh, this place always gets my excitement going. It's the third time, at least I'm here now. Last two times we had this humongous race day that happened here.
Yes.
Sure, I think you were there too. Did you do your first full marathon with us here?
No. I did my 22 miler.
22 miler.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And then you went to New York Marathon
Correct.
and did
That's
the full
right.
marathon.
That's right. That's
so
right.
lots of people did their first ever half marathons here. And last season, if you remember, we were even in the administration committee.
Yes, yes.
We had our own interesting adventures here, isn't
Absolutely,
it?
absolutely.
But yeah, thanks for hosting Naina for this week's Walk with the Coach.
Absolutely. So Bala, we are 1 week into our warm-up week.
Yep.
And this is our second message team. So what do you think of the season thus far?
Man, I can't believe, see, that's the beauty about this format, I guess. Once it starts, without even we realizing, it gets over and 16 weeks over and half a year gets over, and when this thing gets over, this year is done. I cannot believe this year went by so quickly.
It did.
And first of all, congratulations to everyone for finishing
Yes.
the first week, the most important week. Getting started is more difficult than just continuing, so I'm really proud of all the runners who finished their first run. And before we start about that, let me also hold. Before we start that, I also wanted to welcome Naina, one of her top runners, also going to be a coach for us. So she's one of the 3 new coaches that we have inducted into our program, and I'm so happy that she has agreed to volunteer. She's an amazing runner. She's an ultra marathon runner. She's done multiple full marathons. So she's an accomplished runner, fantastic mom, great wife, and now she's going to be an amazing coach. So thank you,
Thank
Naina.
you. You might be the only person saying that, but thank you. I appreciate that.
Make sure you send this video to your husband and your son. But tell me, why did you decide to sort of go into this coaching direction? What was your motivations?
So, Bala, I obviously joined 3 seasons ago with you, right?
Yep.
One of the things that primarily motivated me was the community that you have created. And once I think participated in that community, there was this incredible sense of wanting to give back.
Yeah.
If you remember, my message to you from the New York City Marathon was,
Correct.
Bala, if there is anything I can do to repay this even a little bit,
Yeah.
I want to do it. And this is my way of doing that.
Thank you, Naina, for doing that. 100% agree with your thought process here. That's why I think all coaches are doing for that exact reason. Giving back is the best way of doing this long distance thing, and thank you for doing that. I know it's going to be a fun ride. How's it been thus far? It's been what?
I have such an incredible cohort. I'm sure you have a great cohort too, but mine is the best.
I'm sure.
So Bala, I wanted to ask you about, I have a couple of items on my agenda today.
Yep.
So one of the first things that I wanted to start off by talking to you about is cardiovascular musculoskeletal system. Say that 5 times fast, team. So talk to us a little bit about that.
That's right. Let us first understand, right? What happens that a person who has never run before, or a person who has run before but had a long gap, suddenly goes through the 16 weeks program, and maybe just we walk around back here. I think
Sounds
we go to
good.
a different place. So a 16 weeks program, and suddenly is able to do a half marathon or a 5K or a 10K. How does that work? Right? Something is changing.
Yeah.
And you rightly said there is a method to this madness.
Yeah.
And if I have to explain what is happening to us in this training is about cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, mental strength training.
That is
3 key elements are being built on. And why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely.
And let's talk about cardio.
Yeah.
Cardio is heart.
Yes.
That's our sort of key pump that provides the energy in the form of blood to every part of our system.
Absolutely.
So a better heart, then better blood circulation, and as a result, you are able to sustain a body's demands of energy better.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, marathon is about that.
Yeah.
You need to provide energy for a longer time. So as you do this training, the first thing that improves is your heart is getting better.
Yeah.
Heart getting better at pumping efficiency. That means every time it compresses, it sends out more blood
Yeah.
than before. And it is also getting better at taking the load.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing, cardio.
Yeah.
Vascular is circulation system, right? So this is a fantastic magical thing that happens in this training. Now, if you think about a circulation system in a very simple way, think of it as a river, okay? River has many distributaries, right? As the river is flowing, there are small sort of branches of
Yeah.
the river. Think of your like the blood vessel system as exactly the same. Now, when we start, especially new runners, when we start, many distributaries that are going to different parts of our body or either shut down, that means it's clogged and blocked,
Yeah.
or those distributaries are not there at all.
Okay.
Or in other words, many parts of our body in terms of the muscles, either they do not get the blood or they don't even have the blood vessels for them to receive the blood.
Okay.
So that means even though you have muscles, it's not getting activated initially.
Okay.
But as you run, more and more of these distributaries are formed.
Okay.
The ones that are clogged gets opened up.
Okay.
Places where there are no distributaries or actually more vessels are being formed.
Okay.
Or in other
That's
words,
interesting. I didn't know that.
yes. So
Okay.
in other words, for the same amount of blood, now that blood is going to more parts of your body.
Okay.
More muscles are getting activated. Let's say you start off in warm-up week now. 5 weeks later, you would realize that probably the total length of your blood vessels in your body have increased 3x.
Oh, that's
Just
interesting.
by the structured program. So that is vascular development.
Okay.
Now think about in 3 or 4 weeks later, your heart is better at pumping, and now you have more and more blood vessels to take the blood to different parts of the body.
Okay.
That is cardiovascular
Okay.
improvement because of this.
Okay.
Musculoskeletal is very simple. Muscles, as we all know, as we keep working out, more muscle fibers are being created. So more muscles are there. So your skeletal joints are getting stronger. And then of course your mental strength, which is a whole new beautiful thing. The mental strength is very simple. We'll discuss this separately a little later.
Okay.
The mental strength is all about this. If your mind decides that right now half marathon is a huge thing. Let's say somehow you finish a half marathon.
Yeah.
Your mind has this mental benchmark. Oh, I've done the half marathon. So now I can do again half marathon.
Yeah.
Suddenly you have the mental strength. Now I know Nayana for a long time. I know that Naina is not like, Usain Bolt or one of those, heavy duty athlete. But I know that she has done ultra marathon. My good friend has done an ultra marathon. So mentally I have this benchmark. If Naina can do it, maybe I can try to be half as good as Naina. And if she can do an ultra marathon, I can do a half marathon. That is another mental strength development that
Yeah.
happens when you are in a group. This is what we're targeting.
Absolutely.
So mental strength is improving, your heart is improving, more blood is going to more parts of the body, your muscles are getting stronger, more muscle fibers are being built, your joints are getting suppler and flexible.
Yeah.
And when all of this comes together, you get to the start line, half marathon becomes an easy thing.
I agree.
That's how I would say this.
Completely agree with you. But that is a very interesting concept, right? The mental strength. Because sometimes, the thing is, Bala, I feel like at some point your mind gives up before your body.
That is right.
So building your mental strength is equally important as building your physical strength. I fully agree with you
So
on
let
that
me
point.
ask you, like as a senior runner, I mean, this is not for new runners, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about senior runners. What would you say, which is more important, physical strength or mental strength?
I think both. But here's the thing, right? There comes a time, right, in a marathon or in a half marathon. It's called the wall team.
Yes, yes, that's right.
And it's like, I don't know how to explain this to you, but it's like, imagine you're like in a block of jello and you're just trying to wade through a block of jello. And you have no consciousness of what's going on around you. And at that point, the only thing that makes you go forward is your mental strength. I promise you that.
And so that's why, hey, Chrissy, come on. By the way, he's another very senior runner of
Yes.
our Runners High group. My good friend Destiny, she has done multiple half marathons, guys.
She has.
That's absolutely agree with you. So I would say like this. Physical strength is for you to get started.
Yes.
Mental strength is needed for you to keep at it for a long period of time. Because once you get your physical strength, it is your mental strength that's going to get you back to this this activity again and again and again.
Absolutely.
And that's what, when these two things come together, magic happens, guys.
Great.
Thanks, Naina. That
Thank
was,
you.
I thought I really enjoyed this discussion with you.
Absolutely. Likewise.
I will see you in the next message.
Yes. Thanks, Bala.
Thank you.